I can't stop smiling because I just got this overwhelming feeling of somebody who literally is crazy about you, like would do anything for you. This feels like a highest timeline love. I'd like to dive into what this masculine is currently thinking about you, as well as what is currently happening within your connection, so you can know if this is for you. Immediately there's a lot coming out, so I feel like there's a lot that is going to be sent to you in a very short amount of time here. We have the Queen of Gems. Queen of Gems and King of Gems. The Emperor and the Princess of Shells. Okay, so let's dive into this because, wow. Talk about power couple, okay? Talk about the reason why you're feeling such intense energies between you and this person. Like, a lot of passion, and it's so easy. Like, something about this just comes so easy. Like, it feels so natural. It feels like you, because it is a mirror reflection of you. This is definitely twin flame energy here. Both of you are destined to be successful in this lifetime. Maybe one of you is already in that position. Maybe both of you. Whatever it is, you're going to be creating even more success together. Okay, like there's definitely something that the two of you are meant to do together, build together. For some reason, process together also came through on that. So maybe like healing, like a certain level of healing that you're going to do with this person. Like you heal them in ways that they need, and they heal you in ways that you need. With the Princess of Shells and the Emperor, this tells me that there could be an age gap involved. This makes me feel like you just bring this youthful innocence, and with this Emperor energy, this is somebody who wants to protect that. Like they want to guard that. So here's the thing. If there's any sort of separation happening between the two of you right now, it's for your protection. This person wants to make sure that you are as safe as you can be. They feel a sense of responsibility for you is what's coming through. Like they want to make sure that they are everything you need. Like they want to make sure that they are everything that you deserve. Oh, this person is so sweet on you. Wow. Wow. They're going to start to show it. Little by little. I feel like with the bottom of the deck there being a 5 of shells, like maybe you're disappointed over something or feeling disappointment from something that happened. Let's dive into that a little bit, actually. Can we get some clarity, Divine Spirit? Yeah, Tower moment. Yeah, you're feeling there was something that happened between the two of you that just didn't quite go the way that you thought it would. And it kind of left everything up in the air. Like maybe that's the energy that you're currently in, is feeling like everything is up in the air. But we have the Justice card coming out. I love this deck. She just speaks and she just says what she needs to say. We have the Justice card, so truth, followed by generosity, 9 of roses, and the 6 of roses, ultimately leading to victory within this connection, okay? With the Justice card coming out, this tells me that you both are karmic justice for one another. Like you are a vibrational match in every way. Maybe they can't see it at first. Maybe you can't see it at first. But you are going to soon realize that you are a vibrational match for one another. I feel like there's still some, it's like some egoic layers from your person, from this masculine, that they need to either work through or let go of, someone or something that needs to be released in their own time, of course, because there's no worries. Like I feel absolutely no worries about this connection. And so if you had any concerns of what they feel for you, of what's going to happen, 6 of roses, you're going to continuously have new opportunities to learn how to love one another. And so if you're going through these separation periods, reopen your connection each time with an open heart and an open mind, and release everything that has been, because you're meant to learn how to love and grow together. You're also meant to establish healthy habits with one another that are ultimately going to lead to this inflow of financial abundance, of abundance in resources, in time and energy. Like when I tell you, when you two come together, like fully come together and just fully say to one another, you know what, like this is it for me, like you're it for me, and they say the same thing to you. Once you both decide, because this is going to be happening for you, this is your confirmation if this is resonating with you. Once that happens, oh, there's just going to be so much growth, so much room for the two of you to explore. And here's the thing is, the more that you get on your habits, the more that you show up every day in your best energy, like being your best self, doing what you know you need to do, spending that time to self-reflect on what it is that doesn't fit in your life anymore, like what habits do and don't for the both of you. Like, this is togetherness here. You're going to work together with this person. You are going to be coming into money together. Like, you are going to be building something together, something that lasts. With the Strength card and the Empress card and the Sun card coming out, there's so much major arcana here. So much. You are a perfect match for one another. Both of you are going to realize this. Maybe you already realize this, and maybe this person is going to come to realize this. If this resonates with you at all and you want me to dive into your personal connection just to confirm that for you, as well as answer any questions you may have regarding your love connection, I offer FaceTime sessions, texting sessions, and general emails for activation. You can click the link in my bio. That was another major arcana that didn't want to come out. But Spirit, any last messages? Have courage for these next steps, because you're going to learn a new level of love together, a new level of love that leads to a new level of life with one another.
Dear soul, before you leave, don't let this moment slip away. If something aside in your heart stirred while you were listening, that's not a coincidence. God may be reminding you that you are seen, loved, and never forgotten. Right now, place your hand over your heart and declare these words with faith. I am chosen. I am not forgotten. I am deeply loved. My life is in God's hands. My love is divine. My story is still being written, and God's best is yet to come. Say it again, slowly. Believe it even if your emotions haven't caught up yet. Let these words become stronger than your fears, louder than your doubts, and greater than every disappointment you've carried. Every promise God has spoken over your life is still alive, and nothing meant for you will ever pass you by. If this message touched your soul, please don't keep it to yourself. Share it with someone you love. There is someone out there crying in silence, questioning their worth, wondering if God has forgotten them. Your share could become the answer to their prayer. It could be the very message that gives them the strength to keep believing one more day. And if the Holy Spirit places it on your heart to support this mission, you can do so through a super thanks. Whether it's $5, $10, $20, or whatever God leads you to give, every gift becomes part of something far greater than a donation. It helps carry messages of hope, healing, and God's love to people across the world who desperately need to hear that they are chosen, cherished, and never alone. May the Lord bless you beyond anything you could imagine. May He restore everything you've lost, open doors no one can shut, heal every hidden wound, and pour out blessings that overflow into every area of your life. Thank you for standing with us. Together, we are reaching hearts, restoring hope, and reminding the world that God's love never fails. There are moments in life that seem completely ordinary until you look back and realize they quietly changed everything. This connection began like that. It didn't arrive with loud promises or dramatic declarations. Instead, it unfolded naturally, almost as if two lives that had been traveling separate roads suddenly found themselves walking side by side. There was something incredibly comforting about the way you understood one another. Conversations felt effortless. Laughter came without trying, and even silence carried meaning. You didn't have to explain who you were, because somehow person seemed to recognize parts of you that even you were still discovering. It felt less like meeting someone new and more like remembering someone your soul had known for a very long time. That is why this connection has stayed with you. It was never just about romance. It was about feeling truly seen. As time passed, you began noticing that this relationship awakened something different inside both of you. You encouraged each other to dream bigger. You inspired one another without even realizing it. Every conversation planted a seed of confidence. Every shared moment reminded you that life could become more beautiful when someone genuinely believed in you. It wasn't about completing each other, because neither of you was incomplete. Instead, you challenged each other to become stronger, kinder, and more courageous. There was a feeling that your lives could create something meaningful together, something much bigger than either of you could build alone. Whether that meant building a family, pursuing shared dreams, or simply becoming better people because of each other's presence. The possibility quietly grew stronger with every passing day. Yet the closer two hearts become, the more vulnerable they feel. Love has a strange way of exposing every fear we thought we had hidden. Suddenly, the fear of losing someone becomes greater than the excitement of finding them. Perhaps this is exactly what happened here. Somewhere along the journey, uncertainty entered the space where peace once lived. It may have been one difficult conversation, a misunderstanding, or simply emotions that neither of you knew how to express. Nothing seemed completely broken, but everything suddenly felt uncertain. The connection that once felt effortless became surrounded by unanswered questions. You wondered what changed. They wondered the same thing. But instead of speaking openly, silence slowly began replacing honesty. The hardest part about silence is that it allows the imagination to tell stories that reality never confirmed. Every day without answers creates another question. Every missed opportunity to communicate makes the distance feel larger than it truly is. Deep inside, both of you continued caring, but fear disguised itself as pride. Instead of saying, I'm afraid of losing you, it became easier to pretend everything was fine. Instead of admitting how much this relationship mattered, emotions were hidden behind quiet moments and careful words. Sometimes the strongest feelings are carried by the people who speak the least. That doesn't make the silence any less painful. It simply makes it more difficult to understand. Even through the uncertainty, something remarkable continued happening beneath the surface. Both of you were growing. Life has a way of teaching lessons that love alone cannot. While the connection appeared paused, each of you was learning something essential about yourselves. You began recognizing the importance of protecting your own peace. You realized that loving someone should never require abandoning your own happiness. Slowly, almost without noticing, you started giving yourself the kindness you had been waiting to receive from someone else. That was not giving up. That was healing. Healing rarely arrives all at once. It appears quietly, in the mornings when you smile before checking your phone, in the evenings when your thoughts no longer feel as heavy, and in the moments when you realize your happiness doesn't have to depend on another person's choices. At the same time, the other person was also changing. Distance often reveals truths that closeness hides. When someone is always there, we sometimes forget to appreciate their presence. But once that familiar comfort becomes uncertain, everything begins to look different. They started reflecting on the moments they overlooked, the words they never said, and the opportunities they allowed to pass by. They realized that protecting their pride had never protected their heart. Instead, it only created distance from someone who truly mattered. Growth is often uncomfortable because it forces us to confront parts of ourselves we would rather ignore. Yet, those uncomfortable moments become the beginning of real change. One of the deepest truths about meaningful relationships is that they are never built only on love. They are built on honesty, patience, humility, and the willingness to grow together. Feelings alone cannot sustain a lasting connection. Two people must repeatedly choose understanding over assumption, communication over silence, and forgiveness over resentment. That choice is rarely made once. It is made over and over again through everyday actions. Healthy love is not perfect because perfection doesn't exist. Healthy love is simply two imperfect people deciding that the relationship matters more than their egos. There comes a point in every emotional journey when something shifts inside you. Instead of constantly asking whether someone else will choose you, you begin asking whether you are choosing yourself. That single realization changes everything. You stop chasing reassurance because your confidence no longer depends on someone else's attention. You stop measuring your worth through delayed messages or uncertain behavior. Instead, you begin creating a life that feels meaningful regardless of what another person decides. Ironically, that quiet confidence becomes one of the most attractive qualities anyone can possess. People are naturally drawn toward those who have learned to stand firmly in their own value. If you are listening to these words today, I want you to remember something important. You are worthy of a love that brings peace instead of constant confusion. You should never feel as though you must earn affection by sacrificing your own emotional well-being. The right relationship will never ask you to become smaller so someone else can feel bigger. It will encourage you to become more fully yourself. Never apologize for expecting consistency, kindness, or emotional honesty. Those are not unrealistic expectations. They are the foundation of every healthy connection. As both of you continue growing, the possibility of a different future quietly begins taking shape. Not because everything suddenly becomes easy, but because both hearts are becoming wiser. The experiences that once created fear now create understanding. The silence that once caused anxiety becomes an opportunity for reflection. Every challenge becomes another lesson teaching you what real partnership truly requires. You begin seeing that lasting love is not created through perfect moments, but through two people who continue learning how to show up for one another, especially when life becomes difficult. Another beautiful realization slowly emerges. Success is not only measured by career achievements or financial goals. True success is finding someone who celebrates your victories as though they were their own. Someone who encourages your dreams without feeling threatened by them. And someone who believes in your potential even during the seasons when you struggle to believe in yourself. A relationship built on mutual support creates space for both people to thrive individually while growing stronger together. When two people encourage each other's purpose instead of competing against it, they create something that lasts far beyond temporary emotions. Perhaps the most powerful lesson hidden within this entire journey is that love is not something you force into existence. It is something that grows naturally when two people continue becoming the best versions of themselves. The more you heal, the more clearly you recognize healthy love. The more you value yourself, the less willing you become to settle for uncertainty. That is not closing your heart. That is protecting it with wisdom instead of fear. Real love does not require abandoning yourself. It invites you to become even more fully who you were always meant to be. As you continue walking forward, remember that every meaningful relationship experiences seasons of uncertainty. Those seasons do not always signal an ending. Sometimes they are simply invitations to grow before the next chapter begins. whether your paths continue together or life leads you somewhere unexpected, the greatest gift this connection has already given you is a deeper understanding of your own heart. You have learned that your value never depended on another person's ability to recognize it. You have learned that peace is more powerful than chasing answers. Most importantly, you have learned that the strongest relationships are built not by perfect people, but by people who choose honesty, growth, and compassion every single day. When you look back on this chapter years from now, you may not remember every conversation or every moment of uncertainty. What you will remember is the person you became because of it. You will remember discovering a strength you didn't know you possessed, a confidence that no longer depended on outside validation, and a heart that learned to love without losing itself. That transformation is the real victory. Whether love arrives through this connection or another chapter life has prepared for you, you will be ready for it, not because someone finally completed you, but because you discovered that you were already enough. And perhaps that is the most beautiful ending any love story can have. Two people finding happiness, not by filling each other's emptiness, but by bringing their wholeness together to create a life neither could have imagined alone.